Right, so this is so rudimentary, but if they've created new parts and this is showing red, click on this and it will download all your new parts. This is the latest version of the software, and you can get to any of these things. Tutorials, help. You don't have to go into the, this gets you to the Alarmcad site areas. The other thing that I did on my settings in my drawing is I added a template file. In my Alarmcad, I added a template file. That way I don't have to go say file, open, whatever. It goes to this 811 template, and I've changed that. What I did in that was I changed the I added settings files for the riser that we used in the past. I used the AutoCall parts profile just as a start. Now, anytime you change out or import a parts file, you have to delete everything and then import another one. So if you need generic things, you'll have to add those extra. The other thing was I had here my settings files, and I have already imported that into here. So these are the settings that are like the riser diagram, any kind of settings that I've set up already. It's going to pull those settings in there. So job settings, that kind of thing. The other thing that I did for, speaking of jobs, is when you go into File, when you're in model space, you can set all your information up for your reports under Jobs. It's under Settings, Job, and right here under Jobs, I put an 01, so this went right to the very first of the FA numbers for our jobs. And I took screenshots of just examples. Now, I don't think the pricing is correct. I think that was just kind of a generic one. And there's nothing for contractor. Let me see. There's contractor right there. One of these, there was nothing set. And I just did this by John's filling out the job settings before. Took a screenshot. I've put asterisk in all the areas in the template where those things are required. So if I go to a template, I click on my template now. And it goes and pulls a template from that area, so I don't have to go say file, open, blah, 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 right? And here's the same template file. But it should pull open, then you'll file, save as, of course. We may need to make this read only so that you can't write over it. But I was just going to show you where this jobs area is, where the settings are. That kind of comes from when you've created a riser diagram or reports. It kind of saves those settings. So when you make specific settings, you can save those out in you do that over here in File, Save Settings, and then File, Load Settings. And so when you go to Settings, here's Job. And you see everything with asterisk. We have FA, whatever the job number is, you need to change the number 3. But you're going to say new right here. And so you're going to say what that job number is and the title of the building. So it may be FA 006 and then the title of the buildings. Right, so that, I think that comes in with our reports. So here's where you put that stuff in, where it comes in from the reports. Maybe we shouldn't put FA for our own thing, just the title of the buildings. Phone number, everything that has an asterisk. This hasn't been filled in, but it needs to be filled in. So whatever area the job jurisdiction is. Contractor was left blank. Customer was put in. Anything that we had those screenshots for was put in when John filled it in for the Millennium Townhomes. So I just took some screenshots right here to make it a little bit easier to know what to fill in.